just over the last couple of years, you mentioned fear and the
Mhm.
stress that everybody's under. So I want to talk about, and obviously we have to be careful with what we say, but
Yeah.
as far as immune system, we are getting into the cold and flu season.
Mhm.
Would you say that copper is a key element to strengthening your immune system?
Well, in 2020, let's just say that I was inspired to dig a little deeper, and what I found was I stopped counting at 52 articles that clearly identified that copper runs and regulates the immune system. I even found an article from 2008 that stopped a certain virus in its tracks. We won't talk about that. But the point is, the immune system, it only needs two things: it needs energy and it needs intelligence. And guess what? Copper provides both. And what people don't know is that before there was a nervous system in animals or in life forms, before that existed, copper was the nervous system. It is the source of communication. There's very significant evidence that the meridians are copper dependent. Well, that's
Hmm.
pretty cool. And again, we're talking about influencing the movement of electrons, right? Because we ultimately, in order to make energy, we've got to move electrons in the mitochondria. But what people don't realize is the speed with which it has to happen. So there's 5 complexes inside one part of the mitochondria. And again, when people hear about the mitochondria, their eyes glaze over a little bit because they remember their high school biology text, and they remember that there were 2 or 3 mitochondria on the picture. But they need to know that that picture was drawn by Walt Disney. It has nothing to do with reality. We have 40 quadrillion mitochondria in our body. That's a lot. We have 100 trillion cells, but 40 quadrillion mitochondria, that's about 500 mitochondria per cell. And then we can break it down. Mitochondria in the liver, 2,000 mitochondria. Kidney, 4,000. Heart, 10,000. The mature egg inside a woman's body, you ready? You're sitting down, right? 600,000 mitochondria in a mature egg. And there are brain regions, especially the substantia nigra, 2 million mitochondria. But what people don't know is the work of Paul Cobine at Auburn University in Alabama, and very sophisticated copper researcher. He's on the bleeding edge of the bleeding edge. But in 2004 and 2006, he identified that there's 50,000 atoms of copper in each mitochondria. Okay, so 50,000 times 40 quadrillion, it's a really big number. Nobody even knows what's going on. And so we're left in this kind of this Orwellian world of like the yellow brick road, and we're chasing monkeys and we're afraid of this and that, and it's so clear what's going on, but you have to understand the research and understand the connections of copper and lack thereof to every condition that exists on the planet. So it's a fascinating dynamic that I was talking to a very high profile copper researcher today. Every few months I get a chance to really hobnob with the intelligentsia. Very nice guy. He actually returned my call, which was very special. And he's doing some really amazing research that I can't tell you. But the thing is, it's based on copper, and it's based on restoring copper status in our tissue. And the part where everyone gets confused is, as you were introducing it earlier, there's confusion about low iron in the blood versus high iron in the tissue. And they're not the same.